Wild, wonderful West Virginia. I don't know about you, but I'm fascinated with this state just because of the mountainous terrain, all the beautiful rocky streams, and the vast, deep, rich history here. I've been to West Virginia before a few times and seen lots of things, and I've been wanting to try this Greenbrier River Trail for a long time and ride on it. So I can't wait to explore it with you. First though, we're going to go down this way to the little town of Cass, where they have this wonderful Cass Scenic Railroad, and I can't wait to show that to you. One of the coolest things to do in eastern West Virginia is to visit the Cass Scenic Railroad. This place is so cool, and I'm standing right in the heart of it. Behind me is the old sawmill where they used to cut up all the hardwoods that they brought way down from high in the mountain. And over yonder are the locomotive shops where they work on the Shays and the Heislers even to this day to get them ready to take the tourists up the mountain. And right here in front of me is this beautiful water tower that's working today. Why? Because they have to put water in that tender to get that locomotive to make the steam up that mountain. This is so cool. You don't have to be a history buff. You don't have to be a railroad fan to appreciate the engineering behind this place and the history and the scenery. It's just a really cool place. Logging and railroad operations closed here at Cass in 1960. Were it not for the vision of several local business owners, all this railroad track and all these locomotives and equipment was headed straight to the scrapyard. Well, because of those business owners, they petitioned the state legislature of West Virginia to come see the Cass Railroad and save it for a possible tourist location. And of course, the rest is history. The legislature came, they rode the railroad, they saw what a treasure they had here, and they saved it. It became a state park. And now thousands of people come to Cass Scenic Railroad to ride it and enjoy the historic buildings here, the locomotives, and all the scenery. I hope you enjoyed our quick glimpse of Cass. I know I loved it. I've been there before and I could go back again. But now it's time to explore the Greenbrier River Trail. We've got 78 miles ahead of us. We have a beautiful day. As you can see, it's crushed limestone, so you'll need a little bit bigger tire for this. Leave those skinny road bike tires at home, and let's go. There was a need for West Virginia timber after the Civil War, and it was difficult to get it down off the mountains until 1899, when the C&O Railroad started construction in the Greenbrier River Valley. Companies popped up overnight, making the Greenbrier very profitable. The trains served mills and tanneries. They hauled livestock and passengers. But after the Great Depression and World War II, profits declined as companies shut down. C&O abandoned the line in 1978. Fortunately, the state stepped in, and it's now a popular trail. Not far from Cass is the Green Bank Telescope. It's the largest fully steerable radio telescope in the world. Because it's the biggest, it makes the most detailed images of objects and events in outer space. It makes new discoveries all the time and is important to all types of scientific research. When you're on the trail, there is no cell service because the Green Bank Telescope is located in the heart of the U.S. National Radio Quiet Zone. Built in 1900, Clover Lick was a great place for the steam locomotives to take on water. By 1913, 22,000 tons of freight were shipped out from the depot, and in 1916, 4,800 passengers boarded the train here. It closed in 1952 and the building was later moved to its present location. Sharp's Tunnel and the adjacent Greenbrier River Bridge are, together, one of the coolest visuals on the Greenbrier River Trail. They were completed in 1899. Sharp's Tunnel is an impressive 511 feet long, and being curved, it gets pretty dark in the middle, so you may want to take along a headlight. The Greenbrier River Bridge was built by the prestigious Pencoed Iron Works of Philadelphia. This striking bridge curves from the tunnel and bends southward over the river and is an iconic feature of the Greenbrier River Trail. The beauty and attraction of the Greenbrier River Trail lies in its location. Traveling through the Monongahela National Forest, Seneca State Forest, and Watauga State Park, you won't see a lot of development here, and you'll likely find very few people on the trail, which increases your opportunities to see wildlife. At mile 56, you'll find the Marlinton Depot. Built in 1901, it lasted 107 years with many of its original interior pieces intact, until fire destroyed it in 2008. Fortunately, a supportive community came together with grant money and a lot of hard work to rebuild it. Well, if you're riding along the Greenbrier River Trail, you're probably going to need something along the way. And here in Marlinton, West Virginia is where you'll probably find it because it is the county seat of Pocahontas County. I'm at Appalachian Sport, a full-service sporting goods store. They have everything here for the hunter, the fisherman, the cyclist, the paddler, and even camping supplies. You can rent a bike here to ride on the Greenbrier River Trail, and they have a shuttle service. So if you want to bring your car and park it at one end of the 78-mile trail, they will shuttle you up to the other end so you can ride the whole trail back to your car. They also are a full-service livery, so you can paddle this beautiful Greenbrier River that we've been riding along. And the best part I found out last night, they have great rooms, clean, comfortable rooms for the overnighter. Here in Marlinton, West Virginia, Appalachian Sport. Well, I feel well rested after a good night's sleep here in Marlinton, West Virginia, but I don't want to get out on the trail till I have a good breakfast. So I stopped here at the Dirt Bean Cafe and Bike Shop. You know, it's not just a bike shop, it's a cafe, it's a great coffee shop, and it's an art gallery. So I can't wait to get a good breakfast. So let's go inside. The Dirt Bean Cafe offers a full menu, whether you find yourself needing a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. With soups, salads, sandwiches, wraps, and more, Dirt Bean also offers a full selection of beer, wine, and specialty coffees and teas. And they have a lot of homemade baked goodies, individually wrapped to pack in your bike pack. When was the last time you picked up a paintbrush for fun? Dirt Bean offers art classes in a variety of creative mediums to help you reconnect with your creative side. It's time to leave Marlinton, so let's head south. You may have noticed this trail seems pretty flat. Amazingly enough, it is, which is partly what made this valley so attractive to the railroad companies of the late 1800s, and for us trail users today. From north to south, it's only a 1% drop in grade. Pedaling southward is generally preferred because it's slightly downhill, but pedaling northward is easy too. The Greenbrier River Trail crosses 35 bridges of a variety of types, giving you many chances to see the rocky streams that flow all through these West Virginia mountains. One thing I find really unique about the Greenbrier River Trail is that along the way there are these really nice campsites, like this one. Some of them even have a water pump and a really nice toilet facility. All along the trail you'll find places to stop and swim, like this area accessible by car. Being remote, this trail is a good place to put into practice the advice you have no doubt offered to other cyclists, and that is, be prepared for the unexpected. Make sure you bring along that first aid kit, extra tubes, bug repellent, sunscreen, tools, more water than you think, and some snacks. Remember, you won't be able to use your cell phone to call for help. The trail passes through only 2 counties, Pocahontas to the north and Greenbrier to the south. The Greenbrier branch was also known as the Durbin Route because it made a connection from C&O's main line in the south at Ronceverte north to the town of Durbin. Droop Mountain Tunnel. The man-made structures you find along the trail are impressive. I find it worth the time to stop to fully appreciate the amount of work involved and the number of men required to dig a tunnel through a mountain for large trains to safely traverse. Droop Mountain Tunnel at mile 31 is 402 feet long and was completed in 1900. Though not accessible from the trail, a great place to visit is Droop Mountain Battlefield State Park, the site of West Virginia's last major Civil War battle. It was November 1863 when Union and Confederate armies battled here. Eventually, Confederate troops collapsed, leaving West Virginia securely under Union control for the rest of the war. Today, Droop Mountain Battlefield State Park covers 285 acres and offers a variety of activities: hiking trails, picnic areas, a small museum, outdoor exhibits, and a lookout tower. And it's all just 15 miles from Marlinton. One thing I think you'll find really interesting about this trail is that it seems all the houses and cabins and even mobile homes are built up on stilts. Many folks like to paddle a canoe or kayak on the Greenbrier River. It's interesting to know that this is the longest free-flowing river in the eastern United States. There are no dams on it. This makes the river level rapidly affected by rainfall and snowmelt. The river can be so low you have to drag your boat, and it can rise very quickly to dangerous levels. So it's important to check local conditions to plan a safe and enjoyable float. Boat rentals are available, as well as shuttle service if you bring your own boat. The lack of dams on the river provides for great fish habitat, which makes for great fishing. I think what you'll find the best part about the Greenbrier River Trail is the Greenbrier River. It gives me chills just to stand here and listen to the white water roaring behind me. There are so many places along the river where there are rapids. It also pools up and it'll be calm, and then there'll be more rapids. And there are several places along the river trail where you can walk down to the river, get on these beautiful massive rocks, and just listen to the water flowing over the rocks. I think that's just wonderful. I love that. And there are many places you can do this, and the trail follows the river all the way, and you get very close to it in a lot of places. I think you'll really like that. Here's another one of those opportunities to take a swim, or maybe just get your feet wet. As you can see, there are many places to stop and enjoy the scenery. If you're a rail fan, you'll recognize this concrete post with a W on it as a whistle post. This signaled to the engineer on the locomotive that a crossing was coming up where vehicles might be crossing the railroad tracks. So he needed to blow his steam whistle in order to alert possible crossing traffic. We see a lot of these on the Greenbrier River Trail. Oh my gosh, what a great trail. I had no idea it was going to be that good, even though I had heard so many good things about this Greenbrier River Trail. I mean, from the start in Cass, West Virginia with the Cass Scenic Railroad, I love the sound of those steam whistles. And then on my stay in Marlinton with the Dirt Bean Cafe and Bike Shop, and there's Appalachian Sports. And then all along the trail, we had all those railroad remnants from the old Chesapeake in Ohio. I think that's cool to see so much history right there along the trail. And then the best part for me, of course, is the Greenbrier River. I'm so glad you got to come along with me and just get a glimpse of how great the Greenbrier River Trail is. I hope you'll be able to bring your bike down here and see it for yourself. And I hope you'll come along on another one of my path pedaling adventures along a bike trail. Thanks for watching our video. If you found it helpful, click the subscribe button and please share your feedback. If you'd like to learn more, go to pathpeddler.com.